March is the most important month in 2023. It sets the tone for the next 2 and 20 years, respectively, in intersecting geocosmic cycles. So what you decide now will set up your destiny timeline for either celebration or struggle for the next many years of your life. So this month in March, make sure you get set up correctly. Now is the time to act on your dreams and deepest desires, to make choices that align with your values, and to fully live your purpose. There is a literal changing of power going on in the skies, and you need to decide what boat you're getting on before opportunity sails away from the dock. Whether that means you need to jump ship from a situation you've been feeling stuck in, maybe you need to hop on board to another boat sailing into better waters, or maybe you just need to go swim to your own island. But if you've been waiting for the right time or for your big moment, it's here and now. The risk-reward quotient has never been higher. Hi friends, welcome to March 2023. This is the Futurecast and I'm your host and cosmic coach, Moriella Wren. On a global scale, the changing geocosmic cycles of March 2023 foretell of a battle for humanity over the next 2 decades that involves artificial intelligence, aliens, and energy. How will we come to define human? How will we come to define real? As things like AI and alternative energy, technology, psychedelics, and extraterrestrial presence become an increasingly unavoidable part of our everyday narrative, how will we come to determine things like human rights in the areas of medicine, law, employment, and ethics? How will we define real bodies or real experiences? Also, the increasingly efficient human mimicry of advanced extraterrestrial technology that's being copied by our government may eventually lead to some resources in energy. Would it be possible that we could discover free universal energy that was always described by scientist Nikola Tesla? And if we did, how would that affect all of our geological assets around the globe in oil, gas, and coal, and all of the billions of dollars and jobs associated with industries like that? How might discoveries in energy resources totally transform our economy as we know it? Furthermore, how might scientific studies into the fields of energy also transform our understanding of spirituality? Neuroscience, psychedelics, consciousness studies are already beginning to prove the presence of the electromagnetic soul. Well, how would proof of the soul combined with perhaps proof of alternate realities or multi-dimensions or extraterrestrial presence permanently change or maybe validate the teachings of some of the world's oldest religions? How might this new knowledge irrevocably alter our understanding of our spiritual self and the role of humanity within the cosmos? Politically, there is a major overturn of world power between 2023 and 2024. So, will US President Biden complete his full term? Will the Russia-Ukraine war end in total annihilation or perhaps some unexpected peace treaty? Will China fully take over as the world's superpower? And will the big brother surveillance states totally eclipse any of our constitutional rights for freedom and independence? In addition to battling for what humanity means and what reality means, we might also be battling for what freedom still means. Ancient Hindu teachings describe yugas or time cycles, and it's said that our current yuga is the Dwarapa Yuga, or the age of energy. It is predicted that during this time cycle, it will be led by major discoveries in science and technology that irrevocably change our understanding of energy, as well as our understanding of spirituality. It is predicted during the Dwarapa Yuga that we might learn how to transcend space and time, such as the possibility of creating instantaneous travel. An example might be the kinds of things we've witnessed with extraterrestrial spacecraft movement in what is now popularly known as the TikTok video released by our government last year. In this yuga, it is said that we might also learn how to implement universal energy concepts, the ones that Nikola Tesla was talking about. And we may also learn how to implement energy healing techniques more effectively, such as Reiki, remote viewing, and telepathy. March 2023 launches an era that's about power to the pioneer, the innovators and risk takers daring to take a stand, make a change, and create a new and better tomorrow. Those who are willing to serve as the guardian angels of goodwill action will help us make quantum leaps into a future that redefines humanity's role and spiritual significance in the entire cosmic ecosystem. With these big picture patterns in mind, let's take a look at how the geocosmic energies of this month affect your life, relationships, business, and the globe. I'm ready if you are, so let's dive in. The first week of March says it's time for trailblazing. You may experience a series of lucky or fortuitous occurrences that feel like the momentum you've been praying for has finally arrived in that first week of March. As the Nike slogan says, just do it. Warriors, explorers, innovators, and geniuses. History has always been made by the daring doers, not the complacent complainers. The biography of your life is determined by the risks you are and aren't willing to take. So, will your biography be a series of what ifs or a series of I dids? If there is a dream you've been sitting on, it's time to take action. Stop saying someday. Someday is some imaginary place where dreams go to die. Today is the present moment where you have the instant ability to change your past and determine your future. And your tomorrow will be determined by predicting your today. If you find yourself frequently pushing off dreams until the next tomorrow, then procrastination is telling you that your actions are not aligned with your goals, possibly for two reasons. One, your goal isn't linked to your true inner core values, which is why you're not really motivated to pursue it at all. In fact, you have a fantasy, not a real goal. Or number two, you fear the risks associated with pursuing that goal. Reality check. Every decision comes with a risk-reward quotient. So choose to make decisions and take risks that open more doors than they close. The cost of doing nothing at all is missed opportunity, is stagnation that's destructive to your life. It's the feeling of backwards energy while the rest of the world is moving forwards without you. And it's the temptation to give the power of your life over to other people and forces who are actually making things happen. Orient your goals around the values and desires that emerge from the seat of your soul, the things you feel compelled to do anyways, regardless of external validation, approval, or even convenience. Martin Luther King Jr. taught us that "I have a dream" is the most powerful statement for starting a revolution, and that all revolutions start within the hearts, minds, and lives of individuals. What are you willing to risk to feel fully alive and to claim your place among the history of change makers? Because somewhere in the world is someone who is counting on you to do exactly what you were put here on this planet to do. It's time for you to take ownership of your purpose by making the choices and actions that are going to carry your life and the history timeline forward. The second week of March launches a 2.5-year time period where we as a society may be more focused on the science of spirituality, especially if you have any type of creative, artistic, entrepreneurial, spiritual, or charitable urges. This may be the time to take it seriously rather than taking the backseat. In fact, you may even establish a business or some kind of financial fund to help you further these endeavors. Creators of all kinds are going to have their heyday from 2023 to 2026 as Saturn transits Pisces. The psyche, soul, and cosmos may take on a greater investigation over the next 2.5 years. Ask yourself, is my spirituality a hobby or a practice? Most of the worst decisions we make in our life are when we haven't listened to our intuition, our instinct, that inner voice. And most of the best decisions are when we do listen to that little voice inside. But you gotta ask yourself, how good are you at listening, and how often do you do it? It may be time for a spiritual tune-up where you become more diligent, disciplined, committed, and regular about your spiritual practice. Consider things like yoga, breath work, meditation, mantra, other forms of divination, spiritual and religious communities, anything that's going to help you stay on target with your intuition. Remember, intuition is one of our best tools for decision making, so you're missing out if you're not tuning in. The geocosmic transition of Saturn into Pisces is a historic energy wave that hasn't happened in about 29 years. The last time Saturn was in Pisces was from 1993 to 1996. So over the next few years, we may see considerable concerted funding, research, studies, and lawmaking in the areas of psychedelics, consciousness studies, near-death experiences, and all kinds of forms of mysticism. The scientific community is becoming increasingly interested in spirituality. Also, the transition of Saturn into Pisces may indicate some upcoming water limitations and discussions of water rights and safety. The middle weeks of March are filled with course corrections from March 14th through 18th. These interruptions, transitions, segues, and unexpected jaunts that the universe is actually giving you some necessary adjustments to your action plan to help you achieve those bigger dreams. Course correction is a natural and healthy part of any action plan. As you move into action, you are bound to discover new things that you never could have previously known before the action started. So taking those into account and adjusting your plan is necessary. Adjusting your plan doesn't mean that your original idea was bad. It means you're being smart. A really good action plan is never set in stone, but rather it's changing and flexible and responsive as new variables get introduced into the situation. Otherwise, it leaves you stuck in the past at a time when those variables didn't exist. It's what I like to call having a living plan. So these middle weeks of March hold the course corrections that introduce new variables into your action plan. You may especially need to take a new look at money and creative opportunity associated with the plan. So remember to be outspoken, be bold, tell people what you're trying to do, be forthright in approaching other people to try to make things happen for yourself. This is not a month to be shy. Remember that you may also need to take a second look at the finances for this plan. The week of March 20th through 23rd is the most energetically explosive week of 2023. This is your do or die home run week. So take the risks that could change your life. Tell that person how you feel. Go for that promotion, make that big announcement, but whatever you do, do not sit it out. There are 4 seasonal turning points each year that always correspond to internal change, as well as often correspond to newsworthy geopolitical events and government announcements. The annual March 20th spring equinox is one of those 4 seasonal turning points. And this year, it's coupled with a planetary transition that hasn't happened in over 200 years. The transition of Pluto into the constellation of Aquarius. So the spring equinox and the Pluto transition are also topped off by a fiery Aries new moon. The signs couldn't be more obvious from the universe that this is time for power moves. And you can be sure that we're going to see a lot of newsworthy events in government and politics the week of the spring equinox. The universe is literally asking, what are you waiting for? On a global level, Pluto's transition into Aquarius may truly define the battle for humanity over the next 20 years from 2023 to 2043. We can anticipate the rise of big brother states, government-issued electronic currencies, microchipping and microdosing, artificial intelligence and robotics, aliens and space exploration, and we'll be truly wrestling with the questions, what is human, what is real, and what is freedom? Last time that Pluto was in Aquarius was from 1777 to 1797, and that coincided with the American Revolution and the French Revolution as their response to the question, what is freedom and what is humane? The last week of March guides you to put caregiving into action over the next 2 months from March 25th to May 20th. Consider how your actions might provide even greater benefit for other people. Before every choice, ask yourself, whom might this help? When we think about a vision that is bigger than just ourselves, we're often more likely to take action. So think about the people you care about, your friends, family, beloveds, community, and clients. How might your decisions about your business plans, your relationship decisions, and even your personal improvement have an impact on them? When you consider the impact of your choices on the people that you care about and how you could choose for the greater benefit of all, it might encourage you to take more seriously the fulfillment of your dreams and wishes because other people are counting on it. Focus on nurturing some of the seeds you may have originally planted towards the end of last year in holiday 2022. As of March, all of the retrograde shadows from last year have finally cleared out their unfinished business. So you may finally feel like there's momentum moving forward on things that you have been hoping for since holiday season 2022. During the final 72 hours of March, the universe teaches you to take surprises as signs. So from March 27th through 30th, you may experience some surprises, interruptions, inconveniences, or detours. This is the universe's way of giving you a kick in the rear end to get you into gear or to make obvious the next steps of an important decision. The universe is always in conversation with us, but we aren't always ready to act on what we hear. Sometimes there can be cognitive dissonance between our ego or small self and our higher self. We may be receiving clear signs from the universe about what needs to happen next, but our intuition can't always get our everyday psyche to act accordingly. The lesser part of ourselves may fear the change, the truthfulness, or the effort required to follow through on what the better part of ourselves is calling for. We may also fear how others are going to interpret our spiritual boldness. Often, when there is resistance, the universe will send a series of increasingly escalating signs that make it more and more obvious that what must be done must be done. Then, at the fever pitch of our resistance, there may be a sudden event which occurs that makes our intuitive direction undeniable. So keep your intuition open during the last week of March for interventions, interruptions, and signs from the universe that are pushing you in the direction of your next quantum leap. All right, friends. Now that you know the overall energy patterns for the month ahead, it's time for you to determine your destiny. If this video has been helpful, then please share your affirmation by clicking the like button or by subscribing online at livesymbolic.com. If you'd like to know how these geocosmic signatures apply to your life, business, and relationships, then I would love to see you in my office or online via Zoom. In the meantime, keep me posted on all the progress you're making throughout the month. And as always, thank you for joining me here on the Futurecast. Until next time, when our stars align. Neil, are you helping with the horoscopes?